If your man's brother tried to, you tell your man?
It depends. Depends if, he's fine or not.
So if he was fine and you were dating a guy, you would...
Yeah, if he was handsome, yeah.
Would you tell your man about it, or would you keep it?
No, I would keep it a secret.
Has anything like that ever happened to you before?
Once.
What happened?
My ex-boyfriend, he had a really hot brother, and I would always catch him, looking at me, just flirting with me, and we ended up, I actually cheated on my ex-boyfriend with him, so when we were together, yeah.
Did your ex ever find out?
No, he never did. He'll never know.
Well, if he sees this, he might know.
Yeah,
you think
maybe.
he'd be able to tell that it's him?
Yeah, absolutely.
I want you to know, too, that I've screwed many women in relationships in my 20s, and they were very into their men, their boyfriends, from a schedule standpoint. Meaning if he texts her, she'd text right back. If she said she was going to be somewhere at a certain time, she'd be there at that certain time. This is why I told you a woman doesn't switch up much if she's trying to secure her relationship, and she'll find time to cheat on you.
You think 90% of women have lived with multiple partners over their lifetimes that all manipulated them, and I don't disagree with that. I actually think 90% of women out there have never actually experienced true love. I don't care if you're married or not, it doesn't really matter. I think that most women in some capacity have sacrificed some of their basic expectations and accepted the man that they're with now. Because here's the problem with men, okay? Men lack integrity. If you close a door and you put 1,000 men behind that door, 950 of them are going to go to their social media, and they're going to come across a video or a picture or something that is going to be aimed directly at some sort of provocative imagery in his head, okay? Now, it's just like that old saying, if you dangle a carrot in front of a horse, the horse is going to take a bite. It's only a matter of time before a man gets so hungry for something that he wants to go take care of it on his own. And unfortunately, by now, most of these men, however crap this sounds, most of these men had figured out how to get what they need, which isn't very much, by not giving you what you need. Okay, they don't have to put in the energy and effort to make themselves feel good. They don't have to go above and beyond to satisfy their cravings. All they need, really, is one social media outlet, and you can pick whichever one you want, and I will show you provocative imagery that's aimed directly at the man's impulsive decision making. Doesn't matter if it's TikTok, Facebook, you name one. Name one. Even the common folks who aren't even considered celebrity status and stars in their industry have all developed this habit of showing too much skin, right? Everybody, it's all about the angle. It's all about what looks good. It's all about the curves. Everything is sexually driven. Everything is. And you know what? That is terrible and toxic for damn near every man on the face of the earth. So whenever you go to upgrade from Joe Blow that you're with, and you find, this guy who you think might be a little bit better, guess what? He's probably going to turn out to be a dud too. And the only thing that I can explain to you is until they want themselves to be better, until they want to do right for the person that they're with or the person that they want to be with, you cannot change these men. They are going to continue down the path of destruction whether you like it or not. No amount of crying and begging that man to do right is going to change his mind.
This is how cheating starts.
I have been with my fiance for 7 years. We got engaged last year, and he is the best thing that has ever happened to me. Recently, while surfing alone, I met this guy, and we had a great first conversation. He is incredibly attractive, intelligent, driven, and confident. He is recently married and asked for my number at the end of the surf session. I made it clear it should be a double date because I'm engaged and he's married. Fast forward 2 months and we have all hung out a couple of times. However, the more we hang out, the more I am growing a real crush on this guy. I feel guilty for feeling this way. This has never happened to me before and I am constantly uneasy because the temptation is very real.
Are you surprised? Are you surprised at all?
But what I'm saying is she didn't do anything wrong the first time.
Yes, she did.
You're saying
are you ready
the number
for
exchange?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
but-
does that? You don't just give some random person your number.
So let's recap. You are married for 7 years. You met this random guy while you were surfing, and he's so nice. You had such a great conversation with him, justifying what you're about to do. And then he asked for your number, and yeah, I gave it to him, but I made it known that it had to be in a double date kind of way, justifying what you're doing. And then we all hung out a couple times. He's engaged as well. And now after hanging out with him longer and longer, I'm growing a crush on him. What should I do? You know what you were doing. You knew what you were doing. You were justifying it as it's happening mentally. This guy's really cute, but I'm married. Oh, you asked for my number. Oh, yeah, but we could all hang out together. And now the temptation is real. Why did you do that? If you are married or in a relationship, you should not be giving your number out to anybody. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. For example, if you were at a job and you start actively looking for other jobs, it's because you are looking to leave. You planted these seeds of cheating in a harmless way. Oh, I met him through surfing. It's not that serious. Yes, it is. And even Shorty in the video began to try to justify it. Like, oh, she didn't do anything wrong. It wasn't wrong. I mean, you can say it was kind of wrong. Like, why are you surfing around with some random dude alone? Like, if y'all are surfing together and you don't even know him, that's kind of weird. Now, if you're just in the same place, then, like, whatever. But you met this random guy on the beach, and now you're tempted to what? Tempted to cheat. Because then what happens is the moment you start going through issues with your husband, you're going to start talking to this guy. You guys are so close. You share this intimate relationship with surfing, and that keeps going on, and maybe you and your husband have a rough patch, and boom, now you're cheating. All because you didn't just say, oh, no, thank you, I'm married. That doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? How do you feel about this down in the comments? Let me know, because I don't understand.
All right, so this video is going to go out to all the black women, especially in that comment section. Can you just date whoever you want without crapping on black men in the process? Do I need to remind you that we're all still men at the end of the day still? Just because you had some bad experiences with some other black men, it does not mean that white men are your savior. My fiance, for instance, almost gave up on white dudes entirely because of how bad she was getting treated. I was kind of like her last straw, but it worked out, as you can tell. But that just goes to show that there's good and bad in every race. Like, it doesn't really matter what their skin color is. Also, if you're getting with a certain race out of spite, I can promise you that relationship is not going to last.
Let's see if she's capping.
I'm about to reveal the common lies women are hardwired to tell you and what they really mean. Number one, he's just a friend.
Cap.
She knows he wants her, but she's friend zone him and only keeps him around and close to her for her benefit. Number two, I'm not crazy. Here's a fact. Only crazy people say this.
Nope.
Number three, I really like you, but as a friend. It almost always means that she's trying to reject you politely. Number four, nothing's wrong, I'm fine.
Cap.
Literally almost never true.
Never.
Number five, you're the best I've ever had.
Cap.
She's trying to stroke your ego to make sure that you stay confident in the bedroom. Number five, sorry I didn't see your text.
Cap.
She did, she just purposely ignored you.
A female
Number
always keeps
six,
her phone
I'm
on.
not like all those other girls.
Cap.
If she says this, she's exactly like all those other girls. Number seven, I'm not looking for a relationship. That means I'm not looking for a relationship with you. Number eight, I can never marry a man for money.
For the right
For the
price.
right price, she can.
Mm-hmm.
A man can handle not living how they want to better than a woman can because men are builders and women are nurturers. Number nine, it's okay, I forgive you.
Yeah.
Women don't forgive anything. They just put it on the back burner temporarily and bring it up when it's convenient for them, like an argument. Number 10, I'm not jealous like other women. Most women are jealous like other women, but she wants you to think that she's different. Number 11, I hope you had a good time. She doesn't hope you had a good time because it wasn't with her. Number 12, I promise I won't get angry. That means if it's not as bad as what I'm thinking, then it's okay. But if it is what I'm thinking, then I'm furious. Number 13, my battery is dying. That means I seriously want to hang up in your face, but I'm giving you a warning first. Number 14, I've moved on. If she has to say she moved on, then she hasn't and it still bothers her. Number 15, your friend blank is handsome. That means I've already slept with blank mentally, and you better treat me right. Otherwise, I'll turn my dreams into reality. Number 16, I'll be ready in 5 minutes. That means she'll be ready in an hour. Number 17, you deserve someone so much better than me. That means, yeah, I've lost interest in you. Number 18, I won't ever change you. I love you just the way you are. That means you're like putty in my hands and watch as I slowly but steadily manipulate you into what I want you to be without you even noticing. Number 19, I don't believe in checking my man's phone. Every single woman has checked a man's phone before. Fellas, don't let these ladies lie to you. Number 20, I hate guys who play games. Girls love guys who play games. Number
love
21,
guys that play games.
Sorry,
Women ain't gonna play games.
Do you know how hard it is to accidentally text someone? She didn't text you by accident. She just wanted to remind you that she still exists. Number 22, I'm on my period or I have a headache when you try to attempt sex. She doesn't want it, but she doesn't want to say it, so she blames it on this. Number 23, sorry, I'm just really busy from now until forever. Hint, she's not busy. She's just too busy for you. Number 24, it's not you, it's me. It's you. It's always you. Number 25, I just don't get along with girls.
In God's eyes, it's not you. In her eyes, like an idiot.
They just don't want to talk about it because they want to maintain their innocence. Number 26, I never wear makeup. Tinted moisturizer is still makeup, mama. But they want you to think that they're naturally flawless. Number 27, I don't have any expectations. Almost all women have expectations, but she wants you to think that she's open-minded. Number 28, I'm a very simple woman. Women by nature are not simple creatures, but she doesn't want you to think that she's complicated because then that might scare you off. Number 30, I've only been with X amount of men. Almost always that number is going to be a lie because they don't want you to get turned off because
that's
you think
ultimate cap.
Put down in the description box how many of these you heard
nothing but facts.
And until the next video, I'll see you guys
later. Nothing but facts.
Bye.
I'm going to give you the harsh truth because I'm so tired of the fake female empowerment that goes on constantly and the lies that are spewed. I'm tired of women talking about, oh, I don't perform for the male gaze. I do it for other women. I do it for myself. Oh, so you're wearing products that were created by literal men to accentuate features that literal men think are attractive, and you're not performing for the male gaze? In a patriarchal society where we view everything through the male gaze? You're telling me that if we were in a jungle for 3 generations and we had no interactions with men, we would dress like this? We get our nails done, we get our lashes done? No, we wouldn't. Stop lying to yourself. At least admit that you are performing for the male gaze, whether it's directly for a man or not, and realize that we constantly objectify one another as women through the male gaze as well, and figure out how to do a better job. But you don't need to lie to yourself.
I just think it's funny how the tables have turned. It used to be men with such high standards of what they wanted in a woman. But plot twist, these women are demanding more. No longer accepting the bare minimum. No longer accepting bottom of the barrel shit. We have standards now, and these men are hurt by it.
All right, it's time for Roma's daily dose of reality. Here's the hard dose of reality. Okay, you have manipulated yourself into thinking that what you have for men is high standards, but you don't. What you have is a high level of greed, codependency issues, and you've turned dating into a hustle, into a scam, a way to just get free shit. Your nails paid for, your eyelashes paid for, your food paid for, your bills paid for. I've grown up around men my entire life, all right? And I have not heard one of them say, you know what? I think I need a woman that makes at least 6 figures. Yeah, she's driving a Toyota. What a fucking loser. She can't pay for my gas and my oil changes? She really thinks that she's wifey material? So many women walk around thinking they know exactly what men want, but at the end of the day, you have no fucking idea because you haven't even stopped to ask them. But I did. I did a poll where 8,500 people answered, and I said, in what order do you value these 3 things in your romantic relationships? The biggest percent, 75%, sex was last and spending quality time together was first. You guys walk around like your shit doesn't stink and you have such a high standard for men, but at the end of the day, you don't. You have a high level of insecurity, of immaturity, of codependency. You've made dating into this dehumanizing game where you can pick apart where a man takes you on a date because that somehow is indicative of how well he's gonna treat you. You think that men are upset because women want better? No, they're not. They're upset because you treat them like walking dicks and piggy banks. And as soon as somebody comes around that can provide more, whoop, you're gone. Having a high standard for men is saying, I'm not going to be talked to in a certain way. I'm not going to be unheard. I'm not going to be disrespected. I'm not going to be fucking cheated on. A high standard is not, he has to drive a Tesla, pay for my nails, pay for my gas, pay for my lashes. All of these are a product of the beauty industry and other women telling us that we're not good enough, and then we turn around, victimize ourselves, and blame men for it when they couldn't give a fuck less. Men are not upset because women's standards have been risen. They're upset because you guys have dehumanized them so low and put yourself on such high of a high horse that you have convinced them that they are nothing and not even real men if they can't fit and reach your impossibly high standard. Ladies like that don't know their own worth, they don't value themselves, and they're going to end up with the Andrew Tates of the world. Sure, he'll be able to pay for all your stuff, but he'll also have more respect for.
Let me be 100% brutally honest. How old are you?
40.
40?
Yeah.
You got a kid?
Absolutely, yeah.
No man's coming to pay your bills. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not happening.
But it's happening.
No, I'm gonna tell you what.
Nowadays it is. It's happening, and it's been happening.
Hold on. Is it happening right now this second?
Yes.
A man's paying 100% of your bills right now.
Well, no, he doesn't live with me, so I'm not asking for 100%. We don't live together. We just.
Okay, I'm just
around.
telling you. All right, you just a fuck around, but I'm not attacking you.
Because I want to be a fuck around, because I don't want to fuck around with him like that.
Do you really want to be a fuck around?
Yeah, for him right now, absolutely. It's nothing nobody in here can say to make me feel no kind of way about what I decide to do with me.
Hold on.
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Don't take this as personal attack.
I'm not.
Because we're not trying to make none of y'all feel no type of way.
Yeah.
We just giving you the honest truth as men.
From your opinion.
No, from men, period. Because you can read the comments when the video's over, right?
Mm-hmm. But they're still not all the men in the world.
No, look, when I'm speaking on the men, I mean the men you want. Not just the guy that's a fuck around that you like, I don't even want to take serious. We're speaking on a guy that you want.
I don't want to take it serious because of my personal situation.
Do you want somebody to take serious?
Eventually I do. But right now I'm not in a position to do that.
He's speaking on somebody that you want to take serious. He's not speaking from perspective of who you're dealing with now. So don't personalize it. He's speaking in general. When you find this person that you want to take serious, that's the position he's speaking from. He's not speaking because you got somebody to fuck around. Right. When you find somebody that you don't want to fuck around with,
I'm gonna let him speak because
all of y'all
I promise whatever he says is not gonna apply to me. But go ahead.
It applies to you because it's your reality right now. That's how it applies.
It's been that way, CG. But
listen to what I'm saying. Your reality right now. Yeah. You don't have a man living with you. No. You don't have a man paying all your bills. That's your reality. You're speaking on a want. And then you're saying, well, I don't want it now, as if you can just go out and get it whenever you want. And men are telling you, wait a minute, y'all are being delusional because no, you can't, because we're the ones giving it to you. So even though you feel, okay, when I'm ready, because I'm not ready right now, I'm just going to go out and get it. First of all, you're 40. You're only getting older.
I don't look 40. You laughing, but I don't look 40, so that doesn't matter.
It matters.
It don't. I promise you.
You know why it matters?
Yeah. Please tell me why.
Because you don't look 40, but there's somebody who actually is not 40. And I'm gonna go pay her bills because she's not 40. She doesn't have any kids.
That's you.
Let me ask you something.
That's you.
Okay, let me ask you one question. What is the benefit of him paying your bills, a 40-year-old with a kid, versus a 25-year-old with no kids?
The age has never came up, so I don't. Maybe I should ask him because the age has never.
No, I know. I'm asking you.
Yeah.
So just say.
I don't know. It's whatever he has the ability to do. If he wants to go pay, if he wants to pay whatever I ask him to pay, and then he's paying a 25-year-old's bills too.
No,
that's none of my business.
No, you're missing the question. I said because you said you could go get it, right? Like, okay, he.
Well, it's already there. I just choose not to flip the coin because of my personal. I'm giving all my attention to my daughter right now. I don't have it to give to a man.
Right. So that's why he's not gonna pick you. I'm not paying your bills and you can't give me all your attention.
That's fine.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, but she's saying when I'm ready, I'm gonna go get it.
When her daughter grows up and like live her own life and find her own husband or something like that, then who's gonna be sending what man's gonna be like a shelf item and just gonna be sitting there waiting on you to make your decision.
No, he
It's a
probably
lot of men like
won't.
that.
He probably
Not the men that
Hold
you
on,
want.
I'm
That's the
gonna be
problem.
realistic. He probably the guy that we're speaking of.
You know what
he
I'm saying?
probably won't be waiting, right? And I don't.
Okay.
But I don't expect him to. I understand. Who the fuck do I think I
That's what
am?
I'm
You
just
just
saying.
gonna sit and
Nobody
wait
has
for
a
me.
shelf life, yeah.
No, yeah. But I just wanted to. I want to be clear though that because you guys have your opinions and then you know the statistics and all that, but there are still those certain guys that don't go by that same thing.
Let me tell you,
promise you.
those are the guys you don't see. This is the insanity with women. This is the insanity.
Why am I
right?
insane?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because men will sit here and tell you this is how we think. You guys will say, no, it's not. This is how you think. But you're a woman telling men how we think. We're literally telling you this is how we think.
I never disputed how you think.
But all of y'all all men are the same.
No.
They're
For the most
all
part-
the same.
For the most part,
No.
yes.
No. So why do we need all y'all? We just need one.
Let me tell you.
For the most part, yes.
I feel
We're more
like,
similar than we are.
There is a difference from West Coast to men that's born in the South.
Yes.
Huge difference.
Yeah, and East Coast.
No,
Yes.
seriously. You talking South, you talking very well mannered.
So we're talking about
You're
Southern
talking
hospitality.
characteristics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I am.
Not how we pick our lifestyles. The way we pick women.
But none of y'all the same. I feel like
similar.
every man has their own
mind.
Oh,
They do.
you're saying it's easy. You gonna pick? Men are always gonna pick the easier thing for them.
No, yes, we don't want.
That's
No,
not
not easy. Not easy.
Men are always gonna pick what's easy for them. So you having a daughter and spending time with your daughter,
it's not gonna make them
that's
choose
too
me.
difficult for
but
them.
mind you,
so they gonna pick a 25-year-old.
But mind you, in the last
I
2
get it.
years of a couple of guys that I've dated have asked me to have their baby because they see how
Man,
I
that's
raised
cap,
my
man.
kids.
So I'm just gonna say this.
That's not cap. I promise that's not cap.
And you probably ain't even got to sleep with them. They just know how you carry yourself.
They're single.
Do you guys want to know what the harsh truth about women really is? Well, stay tuned because I'm going to tell you guys. As most of us should know by now, women hold an absurd amount of power in this day and age, which means they can pretty much do whatever the hell they want. You can see the amount of power they hold by them just simply posting an Instagram picture, a TikTok, with them being a little bit provocative, and guys go absolutely crazy. Well, that is the blue pill type of guys. But for us red pillars, we don't fall for that. With all that being said, they are used to getting an absurd amount of attention. And what happens when you get used to something? You begin to expect it from every living soul. And when you don't get it, you find ways to get it. All of this is leading to the harsh truth about women. Women will find ways to get attention in any way, shape, or form they have to. Which now I'm going to tell you the harsh truth. When you Snapchat a girl 9 times out of 10, if you're not engaging in actual riveting, deep, thoughtful conversation, she is just using you for attention. As heartbreaking as that might sound, and that might be, it's the truth. Like I stated, women are very used to getting as much attention as they want, and if they're not getting it from the guys they want, they will use you for attention on Snapchat or Instagram or whatever it may be, but primarily Snapchat. Which is why you need to delete that fucking app. It's horrendous. The only way I would say keep Snapchat is if you're talking to people that are meaningful, that add value to your life, and not just using it for giving girls attention. Or sending useless ass snaps like this. Take control of your life, stop giving people that don't actually care about you attention, and start becoming the absolute best version of yourself. Hope you guys enjoyed. I love you all. Follow for more. Share the video so this gets out to all the guys so they stop wasting their time. Have a great day.
A lot of y'all wouldn't even have no kids if you could only get pregnant if the man that you wanted would marry you. Let me break it down slow for some of y'all. If the only way you could get pregnant was that the man that you wanted, the man you actually want, would have to marry you first, a lot of y'all would not be mothers. You know why? Because a lot of the men that y'all dealt with didn't want you in that way. They only wanted to have sex with you, and you just so happened to get pregnant, and because it was your body, your choice, you got to keep it. But you don't get to dictate marriage. You can dictate keeping that baby, but you can't dictate getting the man that you actually want to marry you. You cannot force him to do that. Either he want to or he don't. And most of the time, they don't. And they finesse you into not wanting it too, because you know you'll never get it out of them. I know a lot of these conversations go over y'all head, and I have to remember I'm dealing with a group of girls who think that they got high standards because they turned down ice cream dates, but they smashed dudes from Tinder on the same day because he bought a surf and turf. So I understand how these conversations go over y'all head and y'all miss it because y'all are backwards. You are backwards. Your understanding and comprehension is backwards. But I'm going to continue to keep talking about this because the community is suffering. The kids are suffering. And y'all don't want to change it. You don't want to get to the root of the problem, but I'm going to keep getting to the root of the problem.
Here's some harsh truths about dating that y'all need to hear, but y'all probably don't want to, or you're not going to like it at least. Women who grew up with fathers or positive male figures in their life typically are harder to date because they have higher standards. Men who grew up with fathers or positive male figures in their life are typically easier to date because they have a better concept of the world. Love at first sight is an illusion. That feeling of an instant connection with someone is lust, not love. Getting into a relationship if you have a low self-esteem or you're experiencing self-hatred will not benefit you. It'll probably make everything worse. The first time that someone disrespected you was on them. Every other time that they disrespected you, that's on you. Men with money do not care about women being gold diggers. They'll trick all day. To be honest, broke men do not care about women being gold diggers. The issue is they don't have no money to support them. If you are going to be a gold digger, you cannot be built like a bag of gold and have a face that only your mother can love. These men are paying for something. Women who are unable to forge significant relationships with other women will be very hard to date. If a man has close friends that cheat on their spouses or their girlfriends, that man will also cheat on you. If you have to ask a man for princess treatment, you don't even believe that you are a princess. Women who have nice bodies and flaunt it are typically the most insecure. Men who are well endowed have more confidence than men who are not, but men who are not well endowed have more charisma. If you have to ask somebody to love you, they don't fuck with you like that. If you are staying with someone because you pity them, they are speaking to a part of yourself that you need to heal. Bye.
So the brutal truth about being a feminine woman or being a girly girl or whichever way, whatever it is that one, you're always going to have other ladies being jealous of you, envious of you, not because they hate you, but a part of them doesn't like the fact that you're calm, you're chilled, and you're collected. Two, you don't really get approached a lot for a serious relationship. If you do get approached by men, it's because all they want is sex, okay? And if you come across someone who is really serious about you, chances are they're going to start off by being your friend, and they might get a little bit protective of you, which is not really a bad idea. Another thing about being a feminine lady is get ready for people to always observe and for people to always monitor and watch every movement and everything you say and everything you wear. And yeah, so it's not really all glitz and glam being feminine. I think it's something that you need to be aware of. And I will probably do like a part 2.
Random facts about women they don't want you to know. The statement, just do what you want no matter the tone, means you effed up hard. They are emotional beings and hardly forget their exes, crushes, sexual, or any interesting encounters. Send this to your crush to let them know you love them. Girls like to gossip while in the bathroom, and being in the bathroom is the only place safe from any guys. They tell you to put the seat down on the toilet because they legit fall in if they don't notice. Your hoodies are actually her hoodies. They are more insecure than they let on, and you should do your best to not abuse or use those insecurities against them, especially in arguments. They appreciate any gifts you've made, even if they're not good. Just the fact that you put effort into making them something. They have special period panties. That special pair that only come out once a month and look like someone wiped up acid with them.
Women are going to betray you. That's a fact of life. You're going to be shocked to realize that she's not sugar and spice and all things nice. Just because you say, I love you, that she's always going to love you and that she's always going to be loyal to you. You will be betrayed, and that's just part of being a man. Some guys it happens to more often than other guys. You know, for the rare ones, it doesn't happen to that much at all. Understanding female nature is one thing. Understanding it and kind of setting aside feelings is a different thing altogether.
The coldest truth about women is that it is a big lie when they say that sex is really deep and important to them, and that they don't want to give it away easily except to a guy who they think is a really good match. Because the same girl who friend-zoned you that said, "You're a great guy and you'll make some girl really lucky one day," will be the same girl who will have a one-night stand with some guy who knows how to seduce her. She will openly and happily have short-term flings with those guys. And the next time she friend-zones you with the whole "you're a great guy but" line, take that as one of the most backhanded compliments she can ever give a man, because sexual access is one of the highest forms of direct value that she can provide to a guy aside from many other things. But don't get mad at her for that. That should be your realization that you are in the pool of 95% of beta males in the world, and that you should start to change within yourself sooner rather than later.